Professionally dubbing your content helps you grow your global audience and increase your views. But before jumping in, you might be thinking, how much will it cost me to dub my content? Dubbing can fall between $10 per minute for simpler productions where you do most of the work, to more than $60 per minute for high-end, fully managed dubbing productions that are suitable for film or broadcast. In this video, I'll examine the cost factors and the processes involved with professionally dubbing video content. I'll break down the elements that most significantly impact dubbing costs and help you choose a service that best suits your needs and budget. On the face of it, dubbing might seem easy. You're just translating speech and then syncing audio to video, right? Not so fast. Traditionally, dubbing film involves an entire team of experienced professionals. While you may be dealing with some of the steps in the dubbing process yourself, trying to manage every step is a big challenge. Let's examine why. The first step of the process is transcription. Transcription involves converting speech into a written format to create a script. This is a vital but often overlooked step. The transcription must be 100% accurate, or else everything is going to be wrong. And I mean everything. The transcription must also be formatted with timestamp references every 30 seconds to simplify translation and engineering work. An experienced transcriptionist will transcribe about 10 to 15 minutes per hour with timestamps. But their efficiency depends on the quality and subject matter. If it's technical or medical content, it may take longer. The cost varies from $0 if you're doing it yourself to $2 to $3 per minute for a quality transcript. Many providers are in the $1 to $2 per minute range, but you're less likely to get the script formatted or timestamped for this rate. Of course, you could do the transcript yourself. Automated tools can speed up the process, but it will still be fairly time-consuming. Either way, we'd recommend to get the script proofread and edited before any translation takes place. Any mistakes after this point will be expensive to fix. Once you have a quality transcript, next up is translation. If you're bilingual, you can do this yourself at no extra cost, but take into account the work involved. Even if you use machine translation tools, there is significant effort in proofreading and editing the translations to ensure that it's read at a reasonable and natural pace within the video timings. The translation cost varies depending on the language pair you use and whether you use an individual translator or an agency. It also depends on whether the translator is starting from scratch or just editing a machine translation. Remember, not all phrases translate tidily into other languages. An experienced translator can be all the difference in increasing the engagement of foreign audiences with truly accurate translations, or in some cases, transcreation. Assuming the content averages around 140 words per minute, a solid assumption is around $11 to $16 per minute for an agency translation, and around $5 to $8 per minute for hiring an individual translator. If 100% accuracy is essential, you will also want to factor in a proofreading and editing cost, which can be around $3 to $5 per minute. Remember that these costs are just averages and depend on many factors, so it's always good to ask for a detailed quote. Now that you have a quality script translation, you can hire a dubbing artist on a freelancing site and put them to work. The average cost of a dubbing artist can be around $5 to $10 per minute, but this can often be more depending on their experience. If you're hiring an independent dubbing artist, you're also going to need to factor in a freelance audio engineer to clean the audio of any mouth noises, clicks, or pops, and optionally mix it with the soundtrack. This may cost between $2 to $3 per minute at the low end, but you can expect to pay more for experience. If you want the best quality, hiring a dubbing studio or agency to handle all the casting, recording, and post-production will significantly boost the quality and save you time on project management. Most dubbing studios will have a casting director and audio engineer on site, and they'll further adapt your script to match the lip movements more closely. For a dubbing studio that includes all the services we've discussed, you're looking at anywhere from $25 to $60 per minute depending on the region. They'll usually have a minimum order, for example, 120 minutes. Every dubbing studio operates differently, so it's best to get it in writing precisely what their quote includes. Once you have your dubbing track, further work may still be required to create a final recorded script, or ARS, as well as captions. An ARS is important because you want the translated captions to match the dub. And if any changes were made by the dubbing artist or director during the session, these need to be reflected in the copy. Many professional dubbing studios will include ARS and captions as standard, but always check, as it's not guaranteed. As you can see, if you're managing the translation and dubbing of your content yourself, There's a lot to consider. Working with local studios across different time zones can be hard to facilitate, especially if you're juggling all the other elements of dubbing production. It's not impossible, but it will require significant time. If you're planning on dubbing hundreds of minutes of content, then you'll need some project management software to help keep everything on track and meet your deadlines. Or you can make it easier on yourself by using Voquent's dubbing solutions. Managing everything yourself is challenging, not to mention the cost of potential mistakes. But Voquent can free up your time to help you focus on creating more awesome content. There's a range of solutions for every budget. Check out the video linked in our description to learn more about our dubbing packages, or visit Voquent.com to see our most up-to-date prices for our professional dubbing solutions. Thanks for watching. Feel free to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you're interested in more videos on how to bring your content to a global audience. Till next time, see you later.